Welcome. If you're preparing for an interview as a religious education director, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into key questions you might face and how to tackle them with confidence. Let's start with a fundamental topic: leading a successful religious education program. Can you share with us an instance where you effectively led a religious education program? What strategies did you use to ensure its success? This question is all about your leadership skills and how you bring a vision to life. They want to see your ability to plan, execute, and adapt. Here are some pointers to help you craft your response. Pick a specific program that showcases your leadership. Clearly define your role and what you were responsible for. Focus on the strategies you implemented to achieve success. Mention any measurable outcomes that highlight success. Discuss how you addressed any challenges along the way. Now, let's look at a sample answer to guide you.
In my previous role, I spearheaded a summer Bible camp for youth. I crafted a curriculum centered around engaging themes and included interactive activities that appealed to the young participants. Our efforts paid off with record attendance, a 30% increase from the previous year, clearly indicating heightened interest and engagement. This experience taught me the importance of creative planning and adaptability.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for religious education director. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you tell us about a time when you mediated a conflict between parents and teachers in a religious education setting? What was your approach? This question is designed to assess your conflict resolution skills and your ability to maintain harmony in a community setting. Here are some tips for responding to this scenario. Start by briefly describing the conflict and who was involved. Explain your role in facilitating a resolution. Showcase your ability to listen empathetically to both sides. Detail the resolution you achieved through mediation. Highlight the positive outcome for all parties involved. Here's an example that illustrates how to handle such a situation.
In a previous position, I encountered a disagreement between parents and a teacher over curriculum content. I organized a meeting where both sides could voice their concerns. By listening carefully and facilitating open dialogue, we reached a compromise by adjusting certain lesson plans. This approach fostered a collaborative environment where everyone felt acknowledged and satisfied.
Describe a scenario where you worked with a team to develop a new religious curriculum. What role did you play, and what was the outcome? This question focuses on your teamwork skills and your ability to contribute to group projects, especially in curriculum development. Consider these tips to effectively answer this question. Identify a specific project you were part of. Clearly outline your role and the skills you brought to the table. Talk about the collaborative process and communication techniques you used. Mention the final outcome and any feedback received. Reflect on what you learned and how it applies to future projects. Let's look at a sample answer that captures these elements.
In my previous role, I collaborated with a team of educators to create a youth program's new religious curriculum. I took the lead in researching best practices and integrating community feedback. Through regular meetings and open discussions, we created a curriculum that was well received by families. This taught me the significance of inclusivity and adaptability when developing educational content.
Imagine a key educator calls in sick right before a major event. How would you handle this situation? This scenario is about crisis management and how you ensure continuity in the face of unexpected challenges. Here's how you can tackle this question. Quickly assess the situation to understand the impact. Communicate with the educator to gather all necessary information. Identify alternative staff or volunteers who can step in. Reassess and adjust your event plan accordingly. Communicate changes to all stakeholders to keep everyone informed. Here's an example. Answer to illustrate a thoughtful approach.
If faced with this situation, I would first evaluate the educator's role and responsibilities. I'd contact them to understand their status and see how their tasks could be covered. By reaching out to other team members or volunteers, I'd find someone to fill in. Then I'd communicate any changes to the team and participants, ensuring everyone remains informed and prepared.
How would you go about expanding community involvement in your religious education programs? This is all about your ability to engage the community and grow participation in your programs. Here's how you can approach this question. Identify key community groups, like local schools and youth organizations, to engage. Host informational sessions to showcase program benefits. Create volunteer opportunities for community members. Develop partnerships with other faith organizations. Leverage social media to promote events and share success stories. Let's see an example of how you might answer this.
To increase community involvement, I would start by reaching out to local schools and community groups to inform them about our programs. Hosting workshops demonstrates the value and potential impact on their youth. Additionally, by organizing monthly family events, we can engage them directly and encourage them to invite friends, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.